Mario Kart 8!
Hello and welcome to Maxim Completum, where we take completing games to a whole new level. Welcome to the first episode of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Nintendo Switch. Originally releasing on May 29th, 2014 for the Nintendo Wii U, the game was eventually re-released as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on April 28th, 2017. We will be playing through the Nintendo Switch version of the game on our quest to conquer this game. While there's not an official criteria for what counts as 100% online, I will personally be going for the following. I will be unlocking every vehicle part, which will require at least 5,000 coins collected. I will be getting 3 stars on every cup on 150cc, mirror mode, and 200cc. I will be beating every staff ghost on 150 and 200cc. I will be playing 50 matches using tilt controls, and I will be getting 99,999 VR in both races and battle mode in order to max out the online gameplay. To get things started, we're going to begin in the Mushroom Cup using Mario. While I do not normally play as Mario when I play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, I thought it would be appropriate to at least start off the series playing as the iconic character. Later on though, I will be switching characters, so do forgive me for that. The way that the gameplay videos will be shown will be as follows. The main videos that will be public on the channel will be edited in a way where you can see the beginning, the process, and the end in quick succession, both to make the creating of these videos easier for me, and also to respect everyone else's time so that way you don't have to sit down and watch a 2-hour video every time I upload. Instead, it will be about 15 to 20 minutes instead. Should you want to see the full unedited version of the gameplay, each episode will be uploaded as an unlisted video that I will be putting into a playlist. So that way if you would like to have it on in the background, whether it's for background sounds to go to sleep to or something to study to, then you're able to do it that way as well. The unlisted videos will not have any of the commentary in it and will instead solely have the game audio, so you don't have to worry about hearing my voice in there. Whereas the main videos that will be showing up on the channel and being public will have my voice and they will have my commentary. Also, as you saw there, I had to pause and turn off smart steering because I forgot to do that before. One technique that you'll see me constantly doing is something that I like to call item shuffling, where I shuffle through my items and item boxes to ensure that I have a boombox in reserve at all times, in order to defend myself against any upcoming blue shells or red shells. Even though the requirements for getting 3 stars for each cup is much more relaxed in this game compared to previous titles, I still like to have that element of protection on me at all times. Unlike in previous Mario Kart titles where you have to drive well, get first place, collect certain amounts of coins, and overall get a certain amount of karma related points in order to get 3 stars or in order to get the best rank for a cup, in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe all you have to do is get first place in every race. However, as the saying says, old habits die hard, so you'll constantly see me shuffling through item boxes and going out of my way to get a couple of extra coins. Although, collecting these coins do have at least a little bit of use, as you need a total of 5,000 coins to unlock one of the golden vehicle parts. Nothing much really to say about the rest of this cup. We played through the races, did well, got first place, and we got our 3 stars. For collecting 30 coins, we unlocked the first vehicle part, the W25 Silver Arrow. But more importantly than that, we unlocked the access to go to the next cup. As you can see, I switched my character from Mario to Roy. Roy has been my main in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for several years now, and I'll be using him for the rest of this playthrough. Overall, I tend to prefer the heavier characters in this game. I tend to have a much better time with their speed and steering, and Roy happens to be one of my favorite characters in the Mario series just overall, so I like playing as him whenever I get the opportunity. With using Roy, clearing through this cup was a breeze, and we got the 3 stars for the trophy and 60 coins, which unlocked our second vehicle part. And this one is one that I've been looking forward to since the beginning of the playthrough, the Biddy Buggy. The Biddy Buggy is by far my favorite kart in the entire game, and a kart that I would consider to be one of the best for heavy characters. Whenever I compete in regional tournaments for Mario Kart, the Biddy Buggy is always the kart that I go to. It's good to be reunited with an old friend. Going into the next cup, Sunshine Airport is a course that holds a very special place in my heart. One of my favorite memories playing Mario Kart 8 with friends happened on this course. When I had a bomb in first place, I managed to stop at the finish line and bomb my friend who was in second place and just drove off, making him extremely angry at me, but making the rest of the room laugh. It's a memory that we both look back on quite often, and whenever we have the opportunity to play Mario Kart again, we always end up choosing that map. partially so he could try to get his revenge on me, and also just because it's one of our favorite maps in the entire game. Also, for anyone wondering why I'm starting on 150cc and not 50 or 100, if you get 3 stars in a cup on 150cc, it's automatically included into 50 and 100. So that way you don't have to play through every single cup 5 times, instead you only have to do it 3 times. Doing this saves a lot of time, and let's be real, you don't want to watch me play through 50 and 100cc just because of how slow it is. The second race in the Star Cup, Dolphin Shoals, is the first race in the series that I've actually had quite a bit of difficulty in doing. Getting hit multiple times by red shells and green shells and bananas, and getting passed by multiple of the CPU. This was by far the most difficult race that I've experienced so far. But despite all of the difficulties, I still managed to pull it off and get first place first try. The next race, Electrodome, is another one that I kind of hold in an interesting place in my heart. One of my closest friends absolutely hates this track, and so whenever we play Mario Kart, we try not to pick it in order to not mess him up. But there are times when we will pick it just to troll him and to see his reactions. This track also has some more recent memories in mind. When I entered a regional 200cc tournament, this was the first track that was played. It was legitimately one of the best times that I've had playing Mario Kart, and one of my favorite tournaments that I've ever competed in. Anyway, with all that done, we collected 90 coins, got our 3 stars in the Star Cup, and have unlocked our next vehicle part, the 300 SL Roadster, the second collaboration car that's in the game. With that done, we are now 3 cups in, halfway through the top row of cups, which is what my goal is for this video. Not much to say about this next cup, other than in the third race, Bowser's Castle, the course operates on a cycle, whereas if you're fast enough or slow enough, you're able to make certain cycles. On the third lap, I thought I was fast enough, so I tried to go for a very tight cycle, which ultimately failed, resulting in me becoming a Roy Pancake for a couple of seconds, which was pretty embarrassing because I haven't had that happen in quite a while. Kind of happy I caught that on camera. This final race, Rainbow Road, was hands down the closest race that I've had all day. Between constantly getting hit, bad item RNG, and just overall bad racing, I came very close to losing right at the very end. Thankfully, I was able to keep my speed enough so that I was able to get first place, so I wouldn't have to redo the entirety of the cup. And with that, we have completed the special cup, collected 120 coins, and unlocked our next vehicle part, the Flower Glider. I'm still going to use the Paraglider. It's the one I'm most comfortable with besides one that I haven't unlocked yet. With all that done, it is time to enter into the Egg Cup with one of my favorite tracks in the entire game, Yoshi Circuit. Yoshi Circuit is, in my opinion, one of the best courses for coin grinding in this game. Constant drifting, stacks of coins lined up right in your path. If you're looking for a course to very quickly grind coins without having to go out of your way, and still keeping your top speed almost the entire way through, Yoshi Circuit is probably the best course for it, or at least in the top 3. This course is easily one of my favorites to play as I love the constant drifting, especially in 200cc. And speaking of courses I love in 200cc, Excite Bike Arena. This is another one of those courses that holds a special place in my heart, where I got to play against one of my favorite streamers on this course. I know it's not really that much of an achievement, but hear me out. I enjoy watching her stream, and being able to compete against her and win was something that I really liked back then, and it's still something that I look back on with happy memories now. Mute City is another one of those courses that I got a really good memory from when competing. During that 200cc tournament I mentioned earlier, this was another one of the courses that were played. There's a trick at the end of the course that you have to do with a mushroom unless you're in 200cc, where with a perfectly timed jump you're able to clear the entire gap. During the tournament, I went for the jump and I made it, which resulted in a bunch of people cheering for me behind me, which was a feeling that I honestly will never forget. Hearing the exclamations of people behind me being like, "Oh my god, he made the jump," and then me hitting the jump 2 more times. If I had to choose my favorite race from the entire tournament, it would probably be that one. Enough about the tournament. The race itself went fine. Nothing really bad happened. I stayed in front the whole time. I had protection pretty much the whole time until a lightning bolt struck on the second lap, and it was just smooth sailing from there. 150 coins down, new vehicle part unlocked, and on to the last cup. The last vehicle that we unlocked was the Bee Dasher, one that I honestly don't think I've ever used before. I would probably end up keeping it that way. I don't think I ever used this at all. But with all that said, it is now time to enter into the final cup, starting off with Baby Park. Baby Park is one of those courses that I feel very split on. On one hand, I absolutely love the track, I love the nostalgia behind it, I love the absolute chaos in it, and speedrunning the track is pretty fun as well. But playing it in a competitive or online setting is something that I don't really enjoy. The amount of openness and chaos makes it very hard to predict things and to stay in front. And even in this race, I found myself constantly not knowing who was in second place and who I was supposed to keep an eye on. As a result, I was just kind of constantly paranoid throughout the entirety of this race. But regardless, we still got first place, so it's one of those we take those moments. Not my favorite course in the game by any means, but still a pretty fun course nonetheless. Rounding off the final cup of the Animal Crossing stage, everything went pretty well. Got first place, didn't lose a single time, got 60 points, and bada bing, bada boom. We got the 60 points, we got the 3 stars, and more importantly, we now have a total of 180 coins, which unlocks us the next vehicle part. And with that, we now have 3 stars on the first 6 cups for 50, 100, and 150cc. Before we end off, I want to look at the playstats that we have so far. We've currently collected 227 coins, and I'm not sure why my favorite course is Cheeseland considering I've only played it once, but I digress. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a blessed day.